Bonjour, everyone. I hope that you have had a lovely holiday break ever since Thanksgiving. I think that there's just so much going on in these last 2 months that it's been chaotic in a way that it wasn't like a whole bunch of crazy stuff, but I mean, like, it was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy. But, it's more like, the last 2 months of the year are the most, like, the craziest months. Good gracious. This hairline crack is just growing. But, every time I get back in this car, that hairline crack is longer than the last time. But yeah, either way, there's just so much going on, chaotically because of the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then we got New Year's, you know what I'm saying? There's like what? And so because of that, I just think that I wasn't used to a lot of like patterns. Well, not patterns, but like cycles that played out and systems that are just, yearly around this time. So yeah, after Thanksgiving, it was a little hard to get back in routine of the system that I had set, and I wasn't meant to be back in that system. God has shown me a lot and continues to show me a lot more than I'm able to express. And so this Christmas, along with Thanksgiving, came with a lot of revelations for what I must do, must let go of, must understand, must feel through, must implement, all these different things for the year I'm walking into, and what I've been planting along these videos for myself mostly, because this is what this TikTok has been for me and those who align, but the focus is me, yeah, the focus is me. It has to be me. This is my life. So I've been just trying to keep up with that alignment as much as I can, not really trip off the aspect of things not going the way that I would like for them to, as well as, I don't know, this car, there's a car that just pulled up and they're kind of doing something a little weird in front of me. So I don't like that. It takes me out the world that I'm in, because it's like I be wanting to mind my business, but then you just kind of drove your car like right in my business and stopped there in an odd way. But they are moving accordingly, because they have their business, I have my business. So who am I to think that their business has anything to do with my business? And so I'm gonna just let them continue doing their business. I'm gonna continue doing my business, though I'm a little distracted by their business. Yes, I am. Though with what's left of the day, I'm gonna make it a good day and continue to just align with what God has for me. Take the exposed situations for what they are, and understand, keep moving. None of it is supposed to stop me, hold me up, hold me back, none of it. And continue to heal in what I need to do. I apologize, guys, if it feels like I'm not really sure where I'm going in this memo. I'm not. That's been the theme for a good little minute, though. Okay, I do not know where God is leading me. I do not know where specifically are my next steps, and I always kind of know. So that's why it's like, what is going on? Okay, so yeah, I'm just taking it day by day. I have no choice. I have no choice but to take it day by day and continue to follow God. Truly trusting God, because I've always had just my steps mapped out, and I got a lot, like my goals haven't changed. Like what I originally want is still there. The dream is still there. It's just there are things that are being added, and they have me going different places that God has not revealed to me quite yet. And so I'm in line waiting for that. And I encourage anyone else who feels stuck, although God keeps telling you you're not. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep praying. Keep trying whatever you feel called to try to get closer to what God has for you. Never give up. Never give up. I got 222 on my neck, and I see it at the most divine times, because God is telling me, keep going. Keep going. Do not give up. Okay? I'm seeing angel numbers all the time. I see angel numbers in everything almost. And so I'm grateful for that, because that is true alignment. If you know, you know. So God is letting me know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and everything happening to me is for me, not to me. Okay? Everything happening is happening for me, not to me. Okay? And don't you just love it when God do something like that? Boy, I know you saw that light now. I know you saw that light. And that's God. That's God. I got to see my pawpaw yesterday. Oh, man. And if you know, you know how it is with me with my pawpaw. I love my pawpaw, though I never really get to align. And I'm struggling with, I've always struggled with this since, being a child. It's one of my biggest struggles. I lost a lot of people this way, of the way that I communicate long distance. I'm not a long distance communicator. Those were my first type of relationships, though. So I am capable, though we did run into issues. We did run into issues where it was just hard for me to keep up with that. I'm such an in-person person. I love it live. I love it live, baby. And it's hard to get me on the phone. It's hard to get me over text message. It's hard to get me on a FaceTime. If you do get those energies, trust me, you are special to me. Okay? You're truly special, because I do not put myself in situations like that often, just because I have a struggle, family, generational. We don't know how to get off the phone. We just talking. We could just keep going. We stay on the phone for hours. And now I have to understand, I used to watch that, still watch that, growing up. Okay? My people, boy, because we're not all in the same area. And so that was one of the things where I struggled with being even more intentional. And I had so much going on around me, me not accepting the fact that I'm not for everybody. And so really wanting to be friends with basically everybody. I wanted everybody to like me. Because I've always been a kind person. It's just certain things were not poured into me in positive ways when I was a child. And so I've always had a certain level of intimidation or anger that projects intimidation to a lot of people. So a lot of people think unkind things about me, but they've never really seen me do them. Okay. They've maybe heard somebody say that I did something, et cetera, though it's in me. It is in me. Well, though you getting to see that play out, that's not a consistent thing. That's not who I am. That's not, and when I embodied those energies, it was more when I was a child, and I did that mostly with my siblings. So that I learned a lot of how to treat people before I was out, like dealing with people, building my own friend groups. Like my first friends were my siblings. So if you didn't really mess with my siblings, I didn't mess with you, for real. Like that's really how it was when growing up. So now just understanding a lot of different things. I don't want to get too crazy. I'm already at 9 minutes and but like just understanding a lot of different things with that. There's just my people pleasing. I really wanted a lot of people to like me. I really care what they thought about me. Still parts of me does, but it's just it's bleeding out. Like it's really like I'm pulling it all out, because there's no reason to be people pleasing anybody but yourself. Like, no, we're not people pleasers. And I had a lot of people pleasers around me because I did not understand how much I was people pleasing. It did look different though, because a lot of people do not see that in me and do not understand how I could be people pleasing. And it shows up differently. Like, I was people pleasing and caring about what people thought. So like, you wouldn't have known if I cared about what you thought. I am a lot more sensitive than I would have allowed myself to say at that age. And just a couple years ago, like, this is the year that I officially am like, nah, I'm a lot more sensitive than most people know or I wanted to acknowledge. So it doesn't mean I'm crying about every little thing. It just means that I can feel you. Like, I can feel a lot of things that a lot of people just either don't feel or don't want to acknowledge that they do feel. And yeah, so because of that, I had to realize that I didn't want that anymore. I am realizing after trauma and a lot of like losing a lot of people, I was giving a lot of attention to a lot of people around me because of how many people could come around me. I attract a lot of different people. And because of that, I wanted to be friends with all of them, along with the people that I'm meeting further out, and my family, all these different things. Like, I'm trying to stay connected with everybody, but I did not realize that I wasn't. And a lot of people do not feel comfortable. Majority of people in my life that were in my life, mostly, I'm pulling in a lot more people who are finding comfort and the strength to tell me what they need, like their wants, their needs. Like, if you had an issue with something, it is on you that you never said nothing. Blaming me and saying that I was so intimidating, or not even using that word, because nobody wants to tell me how intimidating I have been for them, but they always want to let me know that I have this energy that doesn't make them feel comfortable enough to tell me how they feel. Then why have you been my friend? Why are you in my face? Why are you around me? Why are you telling me stuff? You know what I'm saying? Why are we going on a trip? Like, I don't understand why people are around people that they don't feel safe enough to say how they feel. Though I do understand that I've had pockets where, yes, I did feel this way. I have felt this way. So I understand where you're coming from, but I don't understand you staying in that. Because anybody that I'm realizing that I'm not able to articulate what I feel, I start to get to certain points where I have to let you go eventually. And I've let people go because of the fact that I'll try and figure you out. Like, I'll try and talk to you. I'll try and get us to figure out the issue. But if it takes too much, I've ended up looking like villains. I've ended up causing unnecessary drama. And all I was trying to do was figure out, well, why is your energy weird with me? Like, why do you feel like this? Why do you feel like that? It was never because I didn't like you and I didn't want to be around you, or I didn't want to be your friend, or you're doing something weird in a way that's like, no, it is weird. Never mind. You are doing something weird, because most of the time when I would see these things, it ended up being weird behavior, which is why no one really felt comfortable enough saying it to my face, because it's weird behavior, and I would have asked you questions that probably would have turned back on the fact that you probably should take some accountability on your own actions based off of how you feel, because me and my existence just kind of making you feel uncomfortable with yourself, that's not my fault. And that's really what a lot of situations have been, is that my spirits made a lot of people feel uncomfortable with themselves, and they don't know how to tell me about that. Like, how do you talk about that? We could have talked about it though. It's just you wouldn't have liked the conversation, because it just would have pointed back to you having to deal with you. So understanding that now, I'm realizing that I just took on a lot of responsibilities and a lot of weight that really pushed me away from the people that really mattered. And it was in my people pleasing. I wanted to help a lot of people who'd never really been helped before, help them see certain things that no one around them has probably ever said to them, and that doesn't mean that I thought this was just some like job, I thought that as a friend, someone who loves them, cares for them and wants to build with them, that this is what community does. And I just had to realize that it's not what I was doing was wrong. It's genuinely the fact that I didn't use discernment to realize I was doing it with the wrong people. So I'm fixing that, and I'm pulling that together so that I understand and I really know who's in my corner for me, and rebuilding, hopefully, with the ones that I ended up subconsciously pushing away, being distracted in the ones that were literally like around me, you know, and I'm trying my best. So to say all of that, to say I got to see my pawpaw, and I never get to see my pawpaw or talk to my pawpaw because of how in person I am with so many people, and just trying to get out of that. My elder sister, which is, when I tell you, man, she can get some shit done. She gets shit done. Like, you need something, a license, your mail, a box change, your papers. Look, my elder sister, she make it happen. You feel me? She make it happen. All right, so she made it happen last minute. Okay, Christmas Eve night, she told me that, hey, we're going to pop out tomorrow. And I was like, yeah, I'm in the car. And so got to see my papa. It was a great time. My papa, he gives me this nickname called Dress. And I love it so much because it's like I blow in the wind. That's what he's saying. She's always in the wind. She's always in the wind. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the brings tears to my life. I love my papa so much. Okay. He's my last granddaddy and grandparent in general, and he means so much to me that it warmed my heart to be able to see him and talk to him and laugh with him. Boy, when I tell you I had that man cracking up, He helped me understand some things per usual, and he's helped me just put more things in line. And he dropped some gems off with me. He dropped some gems off and let me know that what I've been saying, which is crazy. I've been saying it at the end of the videos, you know, that I love you, but I love me more. Though I love me more. And, you know, he just reaffirmed that living this life, you can't forget yourself. You know, you can't think about the two if you forget about the one. And something like that. It was something like that. I got to record it, 1733. So it was on the money. Regardless. My papa dropped some gems off of me, and he just helped me see some more of the light in me, and how great my spirit is, and how everything that's happened for me is the reason I am who I am today. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful. Though it's 18 minutes now, y'all. Okay, I didn't say I didn't talk to y'all for 18 minutes. That's okay, though. That's okay, because I'm grateful. And so much more to share with y'all. I can't wait to get started. I can't wait. Okay, I mean, I've already started, but like, I just can't wait to see all of this continue to tighten up and formulate and just be all that God is like. Whoo! I can feel it in me. All that God has been planting and saying. Yeah, baby. It can happen. All you got to do is keep dreaming, keep moving, and keep sowing. Keep trying to be the best you in this life. It does not mean that you are perfect. It does not mean that you're not going to mess up. It just means when you mess up, what you going to do about it? Because we all do it. I'm not perfect. I never have been. And I've never tried to hide that. I just haven't been crazy vocal about it. But I think that's because I'm my biggest critic. I'm shaming myself. Well, I was. You know, I was holding myself to a way higher standard, which makes sense. Well, a lot of people put me on a pedestal that they didn't want to talk about. But you're holding me to it. Because anytime I've messed up, it's almost like I'm jacked up against the wall, as if I should have known better. Me making that mistake was the worst thing I could have done. And it is for me, not to me. There was a purpose. There's a reason. And I'm figuring it out. And I don't care about nobody else and what they got to figure out over what I got to figure out. I could definitely help you, but I'm not going to distract myself to help you. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put myself on the back burner to help you. And I'd advise anybody who's in alignment with this video to do the same. You are first in this life. Do not put me before you. Do not put anybody else before you. If you do, you will be last. And you will find out. You will find out. You will have to lose all your stuff just to realize that you will sit here tying all your stuff to everybody else. An invisible string. So as soon as they got what they needed, and they decided to maybe leave, or they didn't want, if they had a heart to really consider you to help come back for you, knowing that you tied all your stuff to them, or not, if they just didn't have any consideration to consider you, to value you, you are going to get the reminder. You are going to get the wake-up call that says you need to wake up. You have lost all your stuff. You have lost all your stuff. What about your purpose? What about your dreams? What about what you deserve? Does any of that matter? If it mattered, why is all your stuff on the back of their trucks? Why are they leaving with all your stuff? Because you gave it to them. And I had to really yeah, I'm only 28. And at the end of the day, I didn't think a lot of the things that I've experienced, I would experience before 30. But I'm telling you, it's for me, not to me, baby. It's for me, not to me. Because what I'm experiencing, oh my gosh. Yo. If you know about the 30s, man. If you know, you know. But I just have to shut up. Keep going. Because we're not going to sabotage this. We're not sabotaging this. We're keeping a moving. All right? Keep moving, guys. Stay aligned. Stay grateful. Stay kind. Not nice. F nice. That's foolish. Kind. All right? 22 minutes. Okay? I appreciate us in it all for 22 minutes. All right? Y'all have a beautiful, 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 positive, abundantly filled, peaceful, okay, willpower, strength, moving. All right? Evening. Not night. No, evening. I will align with you guys when we align. If you align with this video, I'm grateful. If you watched all the way through it, I'm even more grateful. You know, I pray and ask God. I chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. I chant that every person who's aligned with any of these messages, you take them, you remember them. I ask God to bring all of those to this video, that whatever I've dropped off, one thing is meant for them. One thing. I done passed these 22 minutes. Though at the end of the day, I'm grateful for what I added on at the end. Y'all have a beautiful rest of your night. And, you know, if you got some Christmas food left over like I do, okay? And my elder sister, she did the mac this year, you know? We was a little nervous. When you mimic my mama cooking, you gotta hit that. You gotta hit it. And I'm not gonna lie. I said this last night when I was eating that thing. I said, you know what? She did that. Felt like I was eating my mama mac. I was like, all right. You better go ahead, girl. You better go ahead. Wish she was over, so I could have gave her a big old hug. Just like, yeah, girl, you better tear that thing up, boy. Get them recipes in lock. All right? All right, y'all. Y'all have a smooth rest of your night, okay? Rest well. Oh, and remember, I love you. Though what? I love me more. All right? If you don't resonate, you got some work to do. It's okay. God's right there with you. Me too, though. Spiritually, we connected. But you know, I'm right here. But you know, spiritually, I'm with you. Okay. All right, y'all have a smooth night. Okay. Yeah, this is me on a regular day. But yeah.